Hello everyone, today I want to talk about generative AI literacy for educators. Educators around the world are confused as to how to implement generative AI in teaching and learning practices. And that is why Indian government today is also actually pushing towards generative AI literacy. Depending on the region and institution that you come from, generative AI literacy will be implemented accordingly. But having said that, this is very important to note that it will take years for someone to be trained to use generative AI in teaching and learning practices. So let me give you 4 important aspects that needs to be present in any kind of generative AI discussions, seminars, or workshop. The first is this aspect of what is generative AI. The answer to this can come from 2 important aspects. The first is from the aspect of someone who builds or creates generative AI. And second is this from the aspect of someone who uses generative AI. And we want to understand, as educators, we want to understand generative AI from the perspective of how can we effectively use it. The second is this aspect of redefinition of education and everything that comes along with it. If you look at this book argues that technology does not really do anything good to education. Why again? It's because with the coming of new technology, we have to redefine our traditional practices, but also at the same time, we have to reorient our traditional practices. Now, the third one has to do with coming up with new assessment and grading rubric. With the coming of generative AI, students have to use generative AI to work on the assessment, and tutors will have to create that assessment. And so, what kind of new assessment do we come up with, and what kind of new rubric do we come up with? That discussion needs to be present. The fourth one is this aspect of hands-on practice. Any kind of discussion on generative AI without hands-on practice is of no use. There needs to be a supervisor who supervises hands-on practice for any kind of training or discussion on generative AI. If you have any question on this, please put it in the comment section so that I'll address it in the upcoming reels.